Welcome. All right. Thank you very much. I'd like to heartily welcome all the wonderful devotees who have come for today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion, and we'll start our discussion with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Very glad to be with all of you. Just to get a context of what we discussed before, I request one devotee to please read the previous verse. Previously, we had discussed the first canto, 5th chapter, shloka number 32. Anybody would like to read the translation? Okay, Grace Sanatana Prabhu. Go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Brahmana, Vyasadeva, it is decided by the learned that the best remedial measure for removing all troubles and miseries is to dedicate one's activities to the service of the Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna.
Yes, dedicated, a dedicated devotee. Become a dedicated devotee. How? By dedicating your activities. And if you all see, I'm not able to see your videos. Please turn on your videos. Please. I know you all can. So please do that. How we grow in our Krishna consciousness. In one sense, we grow in our Krishna consciousness when we come in contact with the bona fide movement. Like we came in contact with the bona fide devotees, the bona fide movement of ISKCON. And then what did we become? We became beneficiaries. Yes, beneficiaries means what? Beneficiaries means we come to temple, we take prasadam, we listen to classes. We started benefiting from the wonderful association. Level 1. And after getting so much of benefit, we felt, oh, now is the time we should also contribute something. Right? Okay, I'll start contributing some amount of Lakshmi. I've been contributing my time. Now I'll also contribute some Lakshmi in Krishna's service. So that's the next level. So from beneficiary we become contributors. And after becoming contributors for some time, we still feel something is missing. Something is missing. Let's take up a commitment. Commitment to do some seva. Commitment for the contribution. Commitment for the attendance. Yes. So because then from beneficiary we move to contributor, contributor to commitment. And after commitment, after sufficient amount of commitment, later on we go to the phase of dedication. Dedication is where, Prabhuji, you tell me what is to be done, we'll get it done. Dedicated devotee. Okay, can you take care of Rath Yatra management? Yes. You can give Rath Yatra management to a dedicated devotee. You can give the Sunday feast management to a dedicated devotee. Somebody who's dedicated, yes. Do you tell that person once and consider it done? Dedicated. Yes. So this is the level we have to come to. And is there anything beyond dedicated? Yes, there is. Beyond dedicated is a person who is missionary. Now you tell that person, please go to a particular place. This place doesn't have a center, and we want you to come up with a center for Krishna consciousness. Yes, sir. The missionary will go there and he will produce dedicated, committed contributors, beneficiaries he will make. Yes, so that is how we make advancement. So dedicated to activities, which means, yes, the person knows, everyone knows that this person is going to be dedicated. Come what may, whatever service is given, we'll do it. Nothing else. He's not going to take no. So now there is an example that's going to be given. So Narada is going to give an example, a graphic example to illustrate the practicality of this point. Okay, so let's go to 1.5.33, which is the subject matter for our today's discussion. Amayo yascha bhutanam jayate yena suvarta तदेव हि आमयं द्रव्यं न पुनाति चिकित्सितम् आमयो यश्च भूतानां जायते येन सुव्रत तदेव हि आमयं द्रव्यं न पुनाति चिकित्सितम् आमयो यश्च भूतानां जायते येन सुव्रत तदेव हि आमयं द्रव्यं न पुनन्ति चिकित्सितम्. Anybody would like to recite? Any 2-3 devotees would like to recite this shloka? Yes, Her Grace Bhakti Sundari Mataji can go first.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. आमयो यश्च भूतानां जायते येन सुव्रत तदेव हि आमयं द्रव्यं न पुनाति चिकित्सितम्.
Very nice. Her Grace Anang Manjari Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम आमयो यश भूतानां जायते न सुव्रत तदेव इवा हि द्रव्यं न पुनाति चिकित्सितम्. हरे कृष्ण.
His Grace Shyam Sundar Prabhu.
अमयो यस्य भूतानं जायते येन सुव्रत तदेव अयामयं द्रव्यं न पुनाति चिकित्सितम्.
Thank you very much. Others who have raised hands will get chance to read. Okay, Neelam Mataji, you can read the translation in maroon color.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. O good soul, does not a thing applied therapeutically cure a disease which was caused by that very same thing? Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
From therapy comes therapeutically. Therapy. You know what is therapy, right? There are different kinds of therapy. So from therapy this word is derived, therapeutically. So what is Narada telling Vyasdev? He's telling Suvrata. Oh good soul. Suvrata. What is Vrata actually? Vrata is who takes vow. And Suvrata, one who takes vow and is following his vow perfectly, such a person is called good soul. So please note down the definition of good soul. Prabhupada translates as good soul, but actually good soul is one who has taken a vrat. Now what is a vrata? Even devotees take vrata, right? We take vrat. Vrata means vows. At the time of initiation, what do? We take vows. I'll chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra attentively on the beats every day without fail. Yes, I'll follow the 4 regulative principles, namely no eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. I'll try to serve in the mission of Srila Prabhupada in the mode of servant of the servant. So taking vows. And somebody who's keeping up the vows for the whole life, such a person becomes Suvrata. That's just a good soul. Yes. So Prabhupada writes that ultimately everybody is a child of Krishna. And Krishna, because he says that Aham Bija Pradapita, I am the seed giving father. And there are 2 types of children. Yes, there is a good child and there is a bad child. Good son, bad son. Prabhupada writes this. So who is good son? Good son, now we are understanding here. Good son is Suvrata. And bad son, he doesn't have any vrata. No vrata, vyartha. Without vrata, life is vyartha. Vyartha means waste. So do we have any vrata in life, vows? Then our life makes sense. Somebody who is even not initiated, no problem, you can still follow the vrata. In fact, a person who is awarded initiation is a person who has continued to perform the vrata for some time, and that person is visibly doing the vrata, observation is made, and then after that the person, okay, alright, he is doing it. So here Vyasadeva is addressed as Suvrata, and Prabhupada translates as good soul. Oh good soul. So what happens? Amayo yascha bhutanam. Amaya is diseases. So whenever a living entity gets a disease, Amaya, this is common, everybody will get disease. To the degree one is irregulated, more diseases. If you are not in Sattva Guna, more diseases. But even if somebody is in Sattva Guna, you get diseases. I have had yoga teachers. If you listen to their lifestyle, it is so very perfect. We all will get embarrassed. The time they go to bed, the time they sleep, the quantity of water they drink, the number of Surya Namaskaras they do. But even such people fall sick sometimes. And sometimes when yoga teachers say, we fell sick, I get shocked. Oh no, don't tell me this. You keep telling and preaching people that you don't fall sick, do this asana, this breathing, you will never fall sick, etc. And what happened this time? They say, Prabhu, all we can do by all these asanas and breathing, etc., is to take precaution. But the nature of material body is to fall sick. Yes, that is why this body is called kleshada. Klesha dadati iti kleshada. That is which is dedicated to give us suffering, some way or the other. So if you are regulated, there is a least tendency to be diseased, but everybody in one's lifetime has to get some disease or the other. Fact or not? Yes, because they are the four problems. Otherwise, how will you experience the four problems? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. The meaning of BODY, body, is what? B for birth, O for old age, D for disease, and what is the final? Y for Yamraj. English is such a beautiful language, right? So all these four problems you have to experience. So that's why he's giving a problem which everyone can relate to. Amayah yah bhutanam jayate. Yes, a disease, whatever living entity is disease possible. Yena suvrita tadeva hi amayam dravyam. Alright. You need to understand that a disease has to be treated. Yes, the cure of the disease is also treated by the very same thing. Okay, a disease is caused by one thing. The same way, therapy. What does therapy teach us? Therapeutic ways teach us that the same source for this disease will be the cure for the disease also. Okay. What did Duryodhana feed Bhima in his childhood? Bhima thought that, arey, this boy, my brother is loving me so much. He's coming and giving me so much of prasad. Yes, they were cakes. Pitha, cakes. So he came and gave him. And he thought that, oh, Duryodhana loves me so much. And what did Bhim do? He ate them nicely. But after he ate, what happened? He was poisoned. He was poisoned and they threw him. They threw him into Yamuna. And he kept drowning inside. And then he drowned and went up until Nagalok. What happened there? There one serpent bit him. What happened? Yes, that poison was counteracted. So one poison gets counteracted with the other poison. So Bhima had a poison in his body because of the food given, but there is another poison that got counteracted. So if you get bitten by a snake, what you should do? Go to another snake and inspire that snake to bite. Yes, it works. It works. It works. So somebody is having a snake bite, gone, he is given poison actually. So that's why even poison is having a utility. That person is given poison, so that effect of the previous poison is counteracted. Poison cancels poison. This is the rule. Even a medicine cannot be formed without poison. You know that? Yeah, it cannot be. To make a medicine, you need three things. You need herbs, you need metal, and you need poison. Without these three things, you cannot make a medicine. Ayurvedic medicine, if you see, it has maximum herb, medium metal, and least poison. That is why the treatment takes time. Because the herbs, what they do is they heal the body internally. They don't treat the symptom, they treat the source of the disease. The dysfunctional organ is properly established. What about allopathic medicine? Allopathic medicine contains maximum poison, little metal, and very little herb. That's why it works very quickly. Poison counteracts the poison and you get, but the symptom is treated, but the poison goes inside the system. The excessive poison that goes inside and attacks the glands, the vital glands. This is what happens. So the point to be mentioned here is a poison cuts another poison. And there's one more example that Srila Prabhupada himself will mention in his. So I just wanted to comment a little bit more. So now a question may be asked. The previous verse mentioned that you should dedicate your activities in service to Lord. Yes or no? Dedicate activities. So one question may arise that activities is still karma, right? Activities means what? Karma. Oh, then how can karma cause, which is the cause of samsara, destroy the samsara? Why do we perpetuate our samsara? Samsara means punarapi janamam, punarapi maranam. This birth, old age, disease, death, birth, old age, disease, death. This cycle which continues, this is called a samsara chakra. The continuation of this cycle of birth and death. So this samsara, why does it perpetuate or continue? Because of karma. But Narada, you are telling that karma will destroy the samsara. How come? So in this verse, yes, and next verse, it will be shown that how the different combination of the karma is going to destroy the samsara. Correct? Amayaha. Usually disease, when it is caused, you know. Why does disease? I'm giving you example only. Disease. Majority of disease rise in the stomach. But what goes into the stomach? From here things go. Usually one gets disease because of eating opulently. This is the cause. Eating opulently. And in Vedic times, opulent eating means eating food cooked in dash. What is that? 4-letter word. Let me see who will, who will say. This opulence is not available to Kali Yuga. So it's not much. The person will be drained of all the wealth. His all savings will go in that. So opulence in Vedic life is food cooked in ghee. Yes, the food cooked in clarified butter. Prabhupada translates ghee sometimes as clarified butter. Correct? So eating food nicely in ghee, so much of ghee, or too much of milk preparation. How did Raghunath Das Goswami get stomach ache? Of course, Raghunath Das Goswami would drink 3 drops of buttermilk, that too once in 3 days, and then condemn himself. Oh, I am such a big sense gratifier. But when he was sick, he didn't come for the afternoon class, Chaitanya Charitamrita class, not there. So all devotees were worried. Chaitanya Katha, we are not getting. What happened to Guru? Will go Guru is sleeping? Oh, he never sleeps. He is in pain also. He is never in pain. And when the Vaidya, the doctor came and diagnosed, he said he has had lots of sweet rice. Sweet rice, impossible. He doesn't even take, doesn't take any meal. Once in 3 days he takes some buttermilk. That's his standard of eating. How come this is possible? Because he had done that in the Siddha Deha. He had eaten lots and lots of sweet rice. So even if the moral of the story is, even if sweet rice is prasadam from spiritual world, you'll have some problem. In the sadhana deha. Sadhana they will have problems. Siddha they have no problem. Yes, there is no disease. So that chikitsitam, yes, it is infused. So the dravya here is the medicine. Chikitsitam is when the disease is infused. Amayaha chikitsitam dravya. Dravya na punati. So na punati. So na punati means it does not purify. Here it means it does not protect, but it destroys the disease. So the three, na punati actually literally means it doesn't purify, it doesn't protect, but na punati here means it will destroy the disease itself. What? That dravya, which is made out of the same substance that is causing the disease. Okay, let's read. Example will be given right in the beginning. Who would like to read? Oh, the devotees raise their, put their hands down. If you keep your hands up, then I'll get to know how many devotees to give chance. Okay. Riya Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport. An expert physician treats his patient with a therapeutic diet. For example, milk preparation sometimes cause disorder of the bowels, but the very same milk converted into yogurt and mixed with some other remedial ingredients cures such disorders. Similarly, the threefold miseries of a material existence cannot be mitigated simply by material activities. Such activities have to be spiritualized, just as by fire iron is made red hot, and thereby action of a fire begins.
Thank you.
Similar. Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So what is mentioned here? The moment the diseases come because of eating opulently, ghee, milk, yes, kheer, that sweet rice, that's the opulence in Vedic times, having this lots and lots of kheer somebody has taken, that is milk, and second is lot of food stuff cooked in ghee. But the same tattva, the milk tattva, which gives the pancha gavya, right? We see that ghee and milk, they are opulent diet. But at the same time, if somebody is taking curd, yes, curd has opposite nature. Yes, curd has the opposite nature. What does milk do? Milk makes the bowel loose. Person gets a lot of loose motion. But if you take curd, the bowels are tightened. They have different, although they come from the same source, they have different nature. So one has to take curd. Same milk is the cure for disease related to milk. That's the point. That's the example. You took milk, a lot of milk products, and you're having problem. Okay, take another milk product. This will be acting as medicine. Similarly, the cause of samsara or getting bound in the threefold miseries is the actions in three modes. You don't have to give up the actions. You have to give up the three modes. And how is it possible? By converting material activities to spiritual activities. But my question is, what is the difference between material and spiritual activities? Materialists are dancing, devotees are dancing. Materialists are singing, devotees are singing. Materialists are talking, devotees are talking. Materialists are listening, devotees are listening. What is the difference? So, difference, very important, is in spiritual intention. Yes, it's not the activity alone, it's a spiritual intention. My spiritual master always says, Bhakti is about intentions. So if a person has material intention in spiritual activity, it is a material activity. Somebody is singing kirtan. The intention is how I can become more popular. Yes. Or, oh, the intention is how I am getting nice entertainment through this. Hare Krishna. That is still a material activity. Because your intentions are not purified. The three modes have got mixed there. Right? A person may have, again, intention. Why do we chant Mahaprasade Govinde prayers? So that we clarify our intention while honoring Prasad. How many of you sing the full Mahaprasade Govinde prayers? Yes, we need to have that control. Sometimes I have seen Mahaprasade Govinde, Nam Brahmane Vaishnava, Salpa Punyatam. By the time that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is over, the Prasadam is over. Hare Krishna. No patience. Some devotees just do shortcut Mahaprasade Govinde. Chalo, start. No, we sing the whole prayer because spiritual activity done with material intention is still tainted with material modes, right? It becomes a material activity. It becomes contaminated. Or rather we can say this, so won't the purification happen, Prabhuji, by taking prasad? It will happen, but it will happen very slowly. It will be very slow purification. Similarly, why do we recite the Shikshashtakam prayers before japa? To set the intention. Yes, to set the intention right. So we chant the Shikshashtakam. Mahaprabhu has given these 8 teachings. It's for doing Harinam in offenseless mood rather in the right mood. Why do we recite the whole Mangalacharan prayers before we hear the Bhagavatam class? Again, to set the intention right. We sing Jai Radha Madhav bhajan to set our right intention. That let this Srimad Bhagavatam class give me Raj Bhakti. My goal is service to the divine couple in Vrindavan Dham. So intention is very important. So now what to do if our intention is not proper? We know. We are doing right activity, but intention is still not proper. What to do, Prabhu? Should we still do the activity or should we not do the activity? Anyway, we don't have pure intention. No. We should try to rectify our intention. Take a break, take a pause, rectify the intention, and then continue the spiritual activity. Anytime we think that we are losing focus, bring it back. We should do this. Okay. Okay, next devotee to read Sachidanand Prabhu. I'm giving everyone a chance. There may be some devotees who may be raising their hands, but those have read shlokas. No problem. We'll give chance to other devotees also. If there's nobody, then we'll give you chance. Yes, Sachidanand Prabhu, please start reading. Where is Sachidanand Prabhu? Oh, fine. We're not able to see you, Prabhu. Yes, yes.
Similarly, the material conception of thing is at once changed as soon as it is put into the service of the Lord. That is the secret of spiritual success. We should not try to lord it over the material nature, nor should we reject material things. The best way to make the best use of a bad bargain is to use everything in relation with the Supreme Spiritual Being. Everything is an emanation from the Supreme Spirit, and by His conceivable power, He can convert spirit into matter and matter into spirit. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribo. Thank you. Now here is a very, very amazing point Prabhupada is making. So what is the power that Krishna has? He can convert matter into spirit and spirit into matter. And how does Krishna do that? Okay. As such, from where does matter come? The material ingredients. There are 24 material ingredients, they say. Right? What are the 24 material ingredients? Let's count. This is called Sankhya. Sankhya means counting the material ingredients. And then distinguishing the material ingredients from the soul. That's called as Sankhya. 24 elements. There are 5 Gyanendriyas, knowledge acquiring senses. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. 5. There are 5 Karmendriyas, hands, legs, mouth, genitals and rectum. 10. There are 5 physical elements, Panch Mahabhut, earth, water, fire, air, ether. There are 5 Tanmatras or the sensory perceptions like sight, sound, smell, touch and taste. How many? 20. Then there is the faculty of mind. The mind is something that controls the Karmendriyas. Yes, it's controlling, mind controls the Gyanendriyas. Mind controls the Gyanendriyas. The pranas control the Karmendriyas. So mind. Then there is a faculty of intelligence for discrimination and planning, which is about the mind. Right? And above all this is the false ego, Mityahankar. So these are 23 elements. What is the 24th? 24th element is the time element. Or some say that 23 elements are there, we distinguish them from the soul. Soul is separate. So the 24th element is the time factor. So like that we have these elements, 24 elements, the time factor. So all these material elements, from where do they come? They come from Krishna. Krishna is spirit and he has produced material things. From body of Mahavishnu emanate all the universes, material universes. And from the Nabhi of Garbhodaksha Vishnu comes the structure of the internal universe. So Krishna can convert spirit to matter. That power is there with Krishna. And again, Krishna can convert matter to spirit also. If properly Ashtadhatu Vigrahas are established, that becomes Krishna. So although the ingredients are material, but the body of Krishna after the Prana Pratishtha, the 6 steps of Prana Pratishtha, it is spiritual. Right? Spiritualized. So the deity Vigraha may look like a material object. It is no longer material. It is spiritual. So this is a conversion from spirit, matter to spirit. The reverse conversion. Prasadam. What is actually we cook bhoga. Yes, using material ingredients. But after the glance of Krishna, Angani yasya sakalendriya vittimanti. So Krishna can just glance upon this and make it spiritual completely. Then after that if you see, Krishna can also convert any offering that we give, not just flowers we offer, it's spiritual. The dress that Krishna wears becomes spiritual. Even in Diksha, after the initiation, spiritual initiation, the body of spiritual master is spiritual. That's why we keep spiritual masters' pictures in the altar. They are spiritual. And even spiritual masters' ingredients, any of his paraphernalia, his vastra, his clothes, his beads, his bead bag, they are all spiritual. We have Rupa Goswami's beads there, kept in Radha Damodar Mandir in Vrindavan. You can go and see. They are all spiritual. Anything connected to devotee also becomes spiritual. Because Krishna converts the matter into spirit. So that power is there with the Lord. He can convert matter to spirit and spirit to matter. Again, how does that conversion takes place? The conversion takes place when there is service attitude. Yes. Prabhupada, right? That is the secret of spiritual success. When the material conception is changed into service attitude. Material conception means bhogavritti. And service attitude means seva vritti. So moment bhogavritti becomes seva vritti, that conversion happens. If somebody is just mindlessly offering bhoga, oh, I have to quickly offer, and because 1 minute, 2 minutes I'll keep, I have to offer and I want to eat quickly. Hare Krishna. What happens? There is no service attitude there. Even while cooking, somebody is cooking, okay, I'm going to make wonderful southwestern pizza. Why? Because I love to eat. Where is service attitude there? Is there service attitude there? There's only material conception. So what is Prabhupada writing? The secret of success. The secret of success is when material conception converts into seva vritti, service attitude. That is when Krishna will convert matter to spirit. Otherwise that conversion will not take place. Hare Krishna, good morning. Even a pujari is offering puja. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is number conscious. Of course, we have to be conscious of number. We don't want to commit seva aparadhs. But we are more 7 conscious than Krishna conscious. It's Tera Tujhko Arpan. This is the attitude. Krishna, this belongs to you. I am offering it back to you. This is seva bhava. Unless that service attitude is not there in deity worship, is that prasad? Does Krishna convert matter to spirit according to purport? No. Doesn't happen. So that is why the sevak, the servant who is doing the service to the deities, especially cooking bhoga, offering the arti, should not have the material conception. That's why the pujaris do the bhuta shuddhi. Yes. And when you enter the altar, it is actually the spirit soul who's going to the altar. It's a soul's service, not the body's service. It's with immense service attitude, seva bhav. Yes, because without that seva bhav, we are not going to get the grace of Krishna to convert matter to spirit. Okay. Last paragraph, Raksha Mataji, please, you can read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, dear devotee. Yeah. Therefore, a material thing, so called, is at once turned into a spiritual force by the great will of the Lord. The necessary condition for such a change is to employ so called matter in the service of the spirit. That is the way to treat our material disease and elevate ourselves to the spiritual plane where there is no misery, no lamentation, and no fear. When everything is thus employed in the service of the Lord, we can experience that there is nothing except the Supreme Brahman. The Vedic mantra that everything is Brahman is thus realized by us. Hare Krishna. Thank
Sarva
you.
Khalavidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman because everything is meant to be. Brahman means great. Everything is meant to be offered in service to Krishna. I would like to conclude with a very amazing story. There was a devotee who was telling how he became Krishna conscious. He was telling that he was a thief. Yes, he was a big thief. And he was sent to prison, to jail. And the prison devotees came to distribute back to Godhead magazine. So he got attracted, not to the magazine, not to the message, to Srila Prabhupada's watch, golden watch. And he got made a plan that I will steal this golden watch. When I come out, that will be the mission. So he came out of the jail. He went to ISKCON temple. We found out where this Swamiji is going to come. He did his research. He went to the temple, went to Srila Prabhupada, and his intention was, I want to steal this watch. And as soon as Prabhupada looked at him, Prabhupada removed the watch and gave it to him. He said, you wanted this, right? Take it. He was shocked. He knows my mind. He gave it back. No, I don't want. Rather than he thought this person is really great. Let's serve this mission. Right? So he was put into the purchase department. So what this devotee would do is he would steal money because he was addicted to chocolates. He would steal money and he would buy chocolates and eat. So one day Prabhupada was there. So he had done his purchase. Now anybody who meets Prabhupada, the customary was to offer Dandvat Pranam. So he offered Dandvat Pranam. Along with offering Dandvat Pranam, the chocolates fell out of his pocket. Prabhupada picked up the chocolates. He said, these are cocoa. It's not good. Not good for you. You wait. And Prabhupada himself went to the kitchen and prepared carob halwa and gave it to this person. You eat this. Now this person was touched. He was moved. He was transformed. Because he experienced so much of care from Prabhupada. But then the managers, they changed his department. He's stealing a lot. So let's put him in another department. So they put him in the dishwashing. So he was washing dishes. So one day he was washing dishes, etc. He came to the top. He heard some sound coming. There were a lot of mridangas and bells and everything. He didn't know anything. So he came on the top and the devotees, they were all getting diksha. So Prabhupada called him. Would you like to take diksha? He didn't even know what is that. So the devotees around that, they told Prabhupada, he's a neophyte. He's just come now. Prabhupada said, I'm talking to him. You would like to take diksha? He said, okay, what should I do? On the spot, he decided to chant 16 rounds. He didn't know what's that, but he decided to chant. I'll do it. Whatever this Swamiji says, I'll do. I'll chant 16 rounds. I'll follow the 4 regulative principles. And those days, devotees had to take their own beads and go. And Prabhupada would give beads. He would chant once and give the beads. So he didn't have beads. So Prabhupada took out his own beads and gave it to him. See, this person got so much mercy. And then he went to Srila Prabhupada and told Prabhupada that he admitted that my dear Prabhupada, I have a big problem. What's that? He said, Prabhupada, I am not able to sleep in the night, because of which my morning program gets disturbed, because I've been a thief. I used to steal and thieves remain awake in the night. Prabhupada said, very good, I was looking for a person like you. He didn't understand. He said, in the night, what happens is I am doing the translations in the dictaphone in the night time, around from 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock till 4. That's the time a lot of dogs keep barking, the street dogs. So what you can do is, because you have habit of keeping awake, you can shoo away the dogs, keep them away. And that's how he engaged in the service of Srila Prabhupada. His name is His Grace Haridas Prabhu. So he went on to become such a wonderful Vaishnava by the grace of Prabhupada. So the whole point behind the story is how two things. One thing, even if there is no spiritual intent, just coming in contact with a pure devotee with a material intent, pure devotees have that power to turn around your intent. That's first point. And the second point is how Srila Prabhupada was expert. He is expert in not discouraging the devotees' activities, but just converting them in service to Krishna. He wanted to eat chocolates, Prabhupada gave him carob halwa. Yes. This person wouldn't sleep in the night, Prabhupada said, alright, I'll give you seva at that time. So that's the amazing mercy of a pure devotee like Prabhupada. Okay, we'd like to pause here. I think I have time for one question. Okay. The question, before even question was asked, the hand is raised. You go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this wonderful class. I have a question of the analogy you gave of Bhima eating the poison cake and being thrown in the river. You said that he went all the way down to the Nagalok, and that's like in the Patala, the lowest planetary system.
Yes.
So how is
Yes.
it that, because usually it's not very easy to go to the other planetary systems, right? We have to leave our material body. So I was trying to understand that concept, that how did he go down there, because he still had life in order for the poison as a snake to revive him, and if someone was dead, their body would float, it would not drown. So could you please?
Rivers are the means of interplanetary travels.
Okay.
That's how they like, even if you see Nanda Maharaj, he had taken his bath on Dwadashi according to the servants of Varuna before the Muhurta. Nanda Maharaj was correct. So Varuna Dev's servants had arrested Nanda Maharaj and taken him down to Varun Loka, Vibhavari. Do you hear this? And that's how Krishna, even how does Krishna go? Krishna jumps into Yamuna and goes down to Vibhavari. So rivers are a portal to go down. If you see, Ganges is purifying all three worlds. So Ganges comes from Brahmalok. She splits into 4 parts on the Meru. And one part which comes to our planet, Bharatvarsh, Bharatkhanda, it goes and she gets connected via Himalayas to Ganga Sagar. That is Bay of Bengal and the West Bengal. Ganga Sagar, there is a place. She goes down further. And she even purifies the residents of Patal Loka. She goes to even Patal Loka. So like this, there are many rivers who enter. Now, River Saraswati is manifested from here. She has entered the Patal Loka. She is down. She's there. She's unmanifested from our vision, but she's there. So rivers are the means of taking somebody for the interplanetary travels. And as far as your question is concerned, how person is allowed, not allowed, Bhima did not enter the Nagalok. He went to the borders. And because his body was coming, the Nagas, they bit him. The serpent will bite, right? And then he started beating up all the serpents. And then the king of Naglok wanted to really find out who is this guy. So he sent even stronger serpents and got hold of Bhima and brought him to Naglok. That's how he could enter Naglok. Is it okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. My obeisances to you. See you all. Over to